Welcome back for another screencast for LSSL 5385, Literature for Young Adults for the spring 2016 semester. I'm Dr. Lassane, and in this screencast, I want to talk about the second assignment you'll do for the course, which is the annotated bibliography. You'll notice that it too is worth 50 points. These first couple of assignments are worth 50 points each. As we get to the more difficult assignments, the point value will go up. For this annotated bibliography, you're going to choose a wide range of current and classic titles for children, teens, and for teachers, professionals, and create an annotated bibliography. The annotation should be just one or two sentences only, and we're going to talk in just a moment about where you can get those. The three categories into which this bibliography will be divided are P through 5, that's pre-kindergarten through 5th grade, 6th through 12th grade, and finally educational professionals. You're going to have 30 titles total, 10 for pre-K through 5, 10 for 6 through 12, 10 for the professionals, that include a diversity in terms of characters and a variety of formats: ebooks, videos, audiobooks, graphic novels, picture books, informational books, fiction, magazines, websites, etc. Don't include any of the books from the required reading on the front of the syllabus or duplicate the books from any other course assignments. You're going to choose these books, I hope, based upon reviews and awards. You're going to do basically a search when you are selecting these books. You're going to search for particular topics. I've suggested bullying, the environment, survival, social justice, or exploration. You can see those listed right here. Bullying, the environment, survival, social justice, and exploration. If you have a different topic in mind, you certainly may do that, but please, please, please check with me first. I just think that that's always a good idea if you have some kind of question. Once you have selected the 30 books, and we'll get to that in just a moment, you are going to then have to annotate them. The first piece of an annotated bibliography always is the citation. We use APA style for our citations. If you do not know APA, there are plenty of web resources that will help you do that. Make sure that you follow those rules. Then you will do a brief annotation of the book. You can use CIP, cataloging and publication information, for the annotation. You could also take a short annotation from Amazon, Tidal Wave, Goodreads. Just make sure that you note where you're taking that very short annotation. And when I say very short, I mean it. I don't want to see 100 and 200 word annotations. I want really short ones. The idea behind the annotated bibliography is to provide a quick reference for teachers, for students on a particular topic. You don't have to read or view or listen to those 30 titles. You're simply putting them together in order to create an annotated bibliography. At the very beginning of this assignment, you should have a brief introduction to the topic and why it's appropriate. So let's say you selected the topic of bullying. You would talk about, I selected the topic of bullying for my annotated bibliography because bullying is always a critical discussion that we need to have with kids in our schools. And so I thought that these books would probably be a good resource, not just for kids, but also for counselors, administrators, etc. So you're going to talk a little bit about why you selected the topic you did. You're also going to include either the book cover, or if it's a website or something like that, a screenshot, so that I know what this book or this particular piece of material looks like. If you do all that, then you will be successful, again, at earning 50 points. Points are only deducted in this case for failure to follow the directions, not using APA style, having annotations that are too long. Those are the kinds, not having a variety of formats. So if everything on your annotated bibliography is a book, there will be points deducted. So as long as you meet the requirements here, you should be okay. A subsequent screencast is going to show you how you might do some search in order to create this annotated bibliography. So stay tuned for part 2.